Sometimes we live in a fantasy world, imagining things and wanting to basically be a billionaire, be a trillionaire, having lots of cars, having a big mansion. However, that's not the reality most of the times. The reality is that Mikel Arteta loves Eddie Nketiah. He loves Gabriel Jesus. Hi guys, welcome back to Rob's Arsenal recap, and on this channel, as you know, we discuss the latest and breaking Arsenal transfer and Arsenal news. So make sure you like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So we're just going to go straight into the news. So today we see Arsenal have spoken to Napoli about a potential transfer for Victor Osimhen, but Chelsea are leading the race to sign the striker. That is according to a report from Football Transfers, which noted that there is even a possibility that the Blues have already agreed terms with the Nigerian ahead of next summer. Victor Osimhen may well be the next world-class striker to make a move in the coming months. Of course, the 24-year-old has been unbelievable for Napoli, scoring 26 goals in the Serie A last season as they clinched the Scudetto. Unsurprisingly, a host of Premier League teams have their eyes on Osimhen, and one of those is Arsenal, with the Football Transfer reporting that the Gunners are planning a move for next summer. In fact, Mikel Arteta's side have been in contact with Napoli about a possible deal, but it seems that they are not favourites to seal his signature. Football Transfer claims that Chelsea now lead the charge to sign Osimhen. The report even claims that the Blues could have possibly agreed a potential deal ahead of next summer. So to me, that's the biggest news of the day so far. We see Victor Osimhen. We've been in contact with Napoli about Victor Osimhen. Now, I'm not too sure about this rumor, right? And we see it's from Football Insider. I'm not too sure about this rumor. Why be? The reason being, we see Eddie Nketiah has been improving over the last few seasons, especially this season, the way he started. It's not that, and most Arsenal fans have been crying out for a clinical striker, a striker that knows where the target is, a striker that knows where the goal is, that both good. That's good in the box as well as good in the air, as good as basically the build-up play. We've been crying for a prolific striker, someone like Holland. And now we're seeing Arsenal being quick. And most Arsenal fans wanted Victor Osimhen. I, for one, wanted Victor Osimhen. But it's about reality. Sometimes we live in a fantasy world, imagining things and wanting to basically be a billionaire, be a trillionaire, having lots of cars, having a big mansion. However, that's not the reality most of the times. The reality is that Mikel Arteta loves Eddie Nketiah. He loves Gabriel Jesus. And for him to be basically so much players he got rid of, and he also loved Reece Nelson because he got rid of so much player, but they hang on to Eddie Nketiah and Reece Nelson being the two of our alien academy players. That's not as prolific as Saka or Smith Rowe. They're not as talented as them. However, we see Mikel Arteta clinging on to these two players, holding them, believing that Reece Nelson can improve, believing that Eddie Nketiah can improve. So, and we just signed Eddie Nketiah to a new contract. So I can't see, I can't fathom, I can't understand, I can't believe this transfer news, even though it's noted that we've been in talks with Napoli, and as what I keep saying, in transfers you never see a smoke without a fire. However, I see Arteta is so dedicated to proving the doubt as wrong with Nketiah that if Osimhen comes in, it's going to be a very, very difficult centre line or striking or forward line in terms of we got both Gabriel J and Nketiah fighting with Victor Osimhen. Now, potentially, what I could see now, this is another side to it. If you might look at it this way, that in the last match when Jesus came on, I see Jesus drift over to the right. He was playing over the right a bit more than often. Just like when he was playing for City, he was over the right a lot. But since he joined Arsenal, he's been sticking into the middle. He's more often if going over to the left than to the right. If he's not in the center, he's normally picking up position on the left. But we see that recently, Gabriel J in the match against Man United, as soon as he came on, we see him on the right wing taking on Johnny Evans, taking on Dallo. We see him on the left and on the right hand side in Saka's position. That's when Saka drifted in, and that's how even Saka had the shot that ball that was crossing on the left wing, because Saka was in the middle and Jesus was on the right. So this is it. That is it a potential thing that Arteta could have two main strikers being Nketiah and Osimhen. planning to get Osimhen in the summer or in January, whenever, if he's planning it, if these stories are true, and then have Gabriel Jesus on the right battling with Saka in terms of when Saka gets needs rest, Jesus goes on the right. When Saka is playing, Jesus battle it out with Nketiah and Osimhen for striking. Or Jesus can even play on the left, battle it out with Gabriel Martinelli. Because I don't believe Trossard is that type of player we need to play on the left hand side. Trossard is an 8. I want Trossard to play in that left-sided 8, compete with Smith Rowe and compete with Havertz. That's where I want Trossard. I can't see, we need pace on the wings. So we got Gabriel J with pace, and then we got Reece Nelson also as a backup. So I potentially see Gabriel J switching in between the two wings and also competing with forward based off what we need for that particular match. If we need a clinical goal scorer, if we need someone in the box that's a goal poach, we know that we got Victor Osimhen and we got Nketiah. So potentially I could see something if Arteta is thinking that way. However, if he's having Nketiah and Gabriel J as the main centre forwards, I can't see us getting Osimhen. We would have to get rid of, because there would be 3 top level striker. Well, 2.5 if you count Nketiah as a half, right? So there will be 2.5 or 3 top strikers at the club, or top centre forwards, and it's going to be difficult to integrate 3 different players for one position. So that's why if Arteta is not gonna do a thing like let Nketiah sometimes, because Nketiah has the ability to drift out on the left as well. If he doesn't have Gabriel J or Nketiah drifting either side of the wings, then I can't see this happening. So even though I personally want Victor Osimhen, that's my dream, that's my wish. For me, he's the best striker in Europe, apart from Holland, of course, apart from, legend like Lewandowski, apart from Harry Kane. He's that next player, and he's younger than all of them. So not Holland. I'm talking about when it comes down to Benzema. Another one when it comes down to Benzema, Lewandowski, and Harry Kane. Holland and Osimhen are the future of centre forwards, or the future of striking. Vlahovic, he was at that stage in about a year or two ago, but now he's flopped. He has flopped at Juventus, and I've seen in the papers this morning as well that he's been linked with Arsenal. I didn't even bother reading that because I don't want nothing to do with that guy. I don't want nothing to do with any player that turned their back on us. We tried to get him. Man's been ignoring Mikel Arteta's phone call when Mikel Arteta has been calling him. I don't want to have nothing to do with that player. So I saw the story, I just ignore it because I don't want to show no light to that. I don't even want to highlight stories like that. Just forget about it. We don't want Vlahovic. So for me, I would love a Victor Osimhen. Brilliant finisher. Brilliant finisher. Good in everything. Strength, speed, a bit. He overcooks it sometimes when he's dribbling, but that's okay. So does Holland. But Holland gets the goals, right? And so does Victor Osimhen. So yeah, I'm loving this story. Hopefully, we can see Arsenal be very intent, very direct, very intentional, very bold and brave, and go for Victor Osimhen. Now, if that upsets Nketiah and Gabriel J, well, for me, so be it. But I don't believe Arteta will do that. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think that Arteta will upset Saka. There's certain players in the team that he won't upset. Gabriel J, he will bring on Nketiah at times, but he would not have a next main striker coming to upset Gabriel J and Nketiah, because Nketiah has been patient, very patient, waiting for his chance. Now he's getting his chance, and to get another top class striker, that will basically cloud him. And we see now Nketiah got called up for England. That's going to give him a lot of confidence. That's going to give him a lot of hope in basically being the future Arsenal number 9 or number or centre forward start in the starting lineup. He's gonna have that up. That is the future of Arsenal centre forward. So to get Victor Osimhen, similar age as Nketiah, similar younger than Gabriel J, for me, I can't see it. Arsenal will renew their interest in sporting 19-year-old Ousmane Diomande next summer as they look to strengthen their squad further. That's according to the Portuguese outlet Record, who shared that Arsenal have previously been prepared to pay 30 million for Diomande. The report says that Mikel Arteta is a huge admirer of the defender and his considerable potential. Moreover, the information shares that Julian Timber's unfortunate injury has now accelerated Arsenal interest in a move. Diomande has a release clause of 69 million, but Arsenal fans will surely hope that any deal would be concluded for less. Sporting are reportedly quite comfortable with the clause, knowing that any interested clubs will have to pay a top fee for their 19-year-old. Diomande is of course a player that is no stranger to the Emirates already. The centre-back has played 120 minutes of Sporting's impressive away record to knock Arsenal out of the Europa League last season. The report suggests that Arteta's interest dates way back before then. So Diomande is a right-footed centre-back, and we needed a right-footed centre-back, and that's why I believe we got in Timber. Timber could cover a lot of position. Timber could cover the left back, he could cover the right back, and he could also cover right centre back. So possibly we needed, Timber being injured right now, we need someone that can play centre back to cover if William Saliba gets injured, or sometimes we get 2 or more injuries. So we see Tomiyasu had a very good match in the international for Japan against Germany. He was superb in the match. So we got Tomiyasu as potentially replacement for in centre back and also right back. I see Arteta needs 2 or 3 players that can play each position. So possibly we've got Ben White that can play centre back, right centre back. We've got William Saliba. However, if Ben White is mostly our right back for the foreseeable future, is our right back. And I see Timber as our left back in the foreseeable future. And so if Ben White plays right back, we only have Tomiyasu. So we needed someone else. We needed a cover. If we see City got lots of defenders to kill, and most of these defenders are comfortable in playing various positions. They're comfortable in playing wing backs. They're comfortable in playing on the wings, even though they're centre backs. So most of the time, City been playing with 4 centre backs across the back line. So I believe it's very important in a modern game to have strong defenders. And I see this guy Osimhen, Diomande is a very strong centre back. He looks very, very big and strong. That's how he looks to me. He looks like someone from our past, like Sol Campbell, right? Yaya Toure. That's the kind of stature he has. Even Vincent Kompany. When you look at that player, it reminds me in stature of those players. So we've got William Saliba with similar stature. Gabriel is a bit slender. Even though he's quite tall, he's a bit slender compared to William Saliba. So this guy, he looks like a monster. He looks like a beast. He looks like he will clean up everything from the face. He looks very fast as well and very aggressive. So I'm all for this signing. He's in his teens, and this is the thing that potentially William Saliba is already in his so we see William Saliba is already in his 20s. Gabriel is in his mid-20s. So and this guy Diomande is in his 19. He's in his teens. So he's got a big future. He's got a long future ahead of him. He can be a replacement for anyone in that back line, and also being a partner for anyone in that back line when anyone else get injured. So this is a welcome news. This is a welcome transfer rumor, and so far it's not just this paper. I've seen about 5 or 6 or 7 possible papers printing about this article today. So we should all look out for this one. We should all basically anticipate something in the January transfer window or in the summer transfer window. We could potentially be getting this player, Ousmane Diomande, or if not this player, I possibly see we're going to get a defender, because in the summer we've been linked with Simikan, we've been linked with so much defenders in the summer. After we got Declan Rice, after we got Raya, we still was being linked with a lot of defenders. So I believe there's a reason for that. I believe that Arteta is intentionally scouting for defenders, based off the system he wants to play, based off the strategy he wants to play. So this is why I believe that we should, this transfer news, I give it merit. I believe this has merit. I believe that this particular story has a big point. So that's it there, and then make sure you like, subscribe, and share. If you have any opinion about this player, leave it in the comment below. Do you think that we need another defender right now? Because we see that Timber might be out for the whole season. But what if he's not? What if he comes back early? Will we still need another defender? Should we just wait until Timber comes back, or do we need someone in the January transfer window, or possibly in the summer if Timber still hasn't come back as yet? So that's it there and then, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Catch you in the next video. Goodbye.